This is a video on the New York Times and CNN finally admitting that the COVID lab leak theory was wrong to be dismissed early on. So let's take a look at the video.
This week, though, you wrote about the lab leak theory, and how the conversation about this possible COVID escaping the Wuhan lab theory has been re-evaluated. It's been reckoned with all of a sudden. What happened this week? Why is this back in the news?
Well, so it's pretty clear that we don't know how it started. Many people think the most likely explanation is that it jumped from an animal to a human being at a food market in Wuhan, China. That is certainly plausible, but it's also plausible that it's with some research at a top virology lab in Wuhan, China. It somehow escaped from there. We don't know the answer. And what happened was a bunch of people started arguing that it likely escaped from this lab in Wuhan. And some of them were scientists whom you've never heard of necessarily, and who made serious arguments. But some of them were conservative politicians like Senator Tom Cotton, and after Cotton started doing it, Donald Trump was doing it. And I think people made this mistake. I think a lot of people on the political left and a lot of people in the media made this mistake. They said, wow, if Tom Cotton is saying something, it can't be true, or they assumed that. And that's not right. Tom Cotton does deal in misinformation about things like election fraud. He said some things that are just wrong. But that doesn't mean that everything he says is wrong. And it seems like a lot of people, including a lot of people in the media, leaped to dismiss the lab leak theory because of where it was coming from. And the reality is we don't yet know how COVID started.
Facebook says it will no longer remove posts that claim the virus was man-made. This seems to be related to this reevaluation of these theories. Doesn't this do damage to Facebook's credibility or reputation? You know, the idea that one day they're saying it's disinformation, the next day they're saying it's okay to post?
It does a little bit. I mean, you said...
So there you have the video of the New York Times writer. I mean, can't even fully take responsibility of fully admitting that they were wrong. I mean, it's such a joke. It's so plausible that it happened, and yet they still won't outright admit it. Even then, an apology is still filled with excuses. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching the video. I'll see you around.